Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentad here, bringing you episode 59 of my Agrarian Skies Hardcore Quest Let's Play. This game pack by Jadedcat is available on the Feed the Beast launcher. So, my mob essence is running well. I am up to 6,000 buckets and counting, and that is with the villagers on full time. Everything's working great. All of my chunk loaders are full. This guy's outputting at 20 buckets per second. Everything's going well. However, you can probably notice there's a bit of an annoying graphical bug going on from the autonomous activators picking the berries. As such, it's time to move to a different machine. I like them. I like the fact that it's power free and they will pick the berry and use it all in one block. However, I cannot stand the graphical bug. It is causing me way too much annoyance. Ow. Stop that. So, it's time to get rid of these guys and to replace them with a Mine Factory Reloaded harvester. So, quite a while ago, Mine Factory Reloaded put in compatibility code with Natura so that it could use essence berries, ore berries, all of those things. It'll work just fine. So I'm just going to grab a harvester. I have a couple just sitting around. Fantastic. And this guy will only cover these two by default. I'm going to need to increase his radius. Well, actually, it'll cover 1, 2, 3. So I need to increase his radius by 1, 2 to be able to cover everything. As such, let's look up what upgrade that is. Or I could be right. Also, in other news, I have updated to version 2.1.6 of the mod pack. Do not update yet. Wait until you're absolutely certain there are no bugs. If you do choose to update, make sure you know what you're doing. If you're not backing up your world, you might lose it, and that will be nobody's fault but your own. Okay, so the radius upgrade 2 is iron. I'd rather use the tin. Both because I don't have to go anywhere, and because tin is a less precious resource than iron. Not that precious resource really means anything anymore. Alright, so I'm going to need a tesseract, which I think I have one in my bag. I do. Fantastic. Let's pre-configure this before I set everything. It's set to receive energy and do nothing else. Fantastic. And I'm just going to stick this right underneath, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to draw the items out another side. There we go. Okay, it's working. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use item ducts, and I'm going to pump the items right over here on top of the sewer, which is going to take exactly one autonomous activator. Use my wrench to point it downwards. Now, here's the tricky part. It's pointing down. I'm going to remove that for now so I can make sure I get the right spot set. There we go. So, the harvester will now input into the autonomous activator, which will then use the berries. Now let's see if one autonomous activator can even keep up with this many berries. Oh, you don't want to... Here, you know what I can do? Because I don't want a pipe running all the way around the back. That just looks... I don't like the look of that. So I'm just going to grab myself a chest. Stick it here. There we go. And now it should be inputting into the chest. And it is. Fantastic. Sorry that this is a bit of an in-progress thing, but you guys have said that you are enjoying seeing my thought process and the way I iterate on things. I think it's keeping up. I'll come back and check on that later. If I need to add another one, I will probably remove that. You know what? I've got a ton of autonomous activators. Let's not... Oh, no, it's working. It's working. I don't need to mess with it. It's working. Fantastic. So now if I wanted to, I could easily expand this farm by adding another layer or two of berries, and the Lamp of Growth will make them grow pretty quickly. However, I'm not sieving berries. I'm not sieving stone anymore. I do have some ore berries I could set up, especially those gold ones. I'm going to need an awful lot of gold. But that will be a project for another time. So, now that I have my monster essence, or my mob essence going, I believe I'm good on nether wart. 306, 305. I don't know if I'm staying ahead of nether wart, but I do have my fertilizer here. Anytime that I need the nether wart to get a bit of a boost, I can just go in here and tell it to make me another 5,000 fertilizer, which it will do. And then the reason I'm certain that I won't run out of fertilizer is I also have one here fertilizing the wheat. So for every fertilizer I make, I get another bit of wheat, which puts me at a wheat profit. Yep, that's going to work out great. All right, let's get on to some questing. I'm going to set up a non-villager life essence generation at some point, but that point is not today, because I've been messing around with keeping ahead of resource generation for a couple of episodes. I'd like to actually get some quests done. Last time, I set up my system to complete one of the For the Hoarding quests for me, Soul Sound, which it stopped about 600 before it could. Let me see why that is. Right, I had to shut the world down to make the backup and everything when I moved the server over to 2.1.6. So, just need to go back to For the Hoarding and select task and whack that. Give it just a few seconds and we'll be all set. So while that's finishing off, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to look up amaranth planks as soon as NEI decides to catch up with what's going on. What is going on here? That is odd. Why is NEI not searching? This is decidedly strange. I don't understand that at all. Okay, COFH TPS. That's working. The nether is having some issues again. Alright, I'm going to see why NEI doesn't want to work. I'm also going to warp to the nether and let things despawn. Alright, that was a problem entirely on my end. Something about trying to re-add the camera studio mod. I will look into that another time. Right now, it's time to get this amaranth quest done, because I have almost 50,000 amaranth logs, so I'm going to turn about 25,000 of those into 100,000 amaranth planks, and I'm going to do it through AE, because I don't want to do it by hand. And I'm just going to grab a stack of these to take upstairs with me, because this should be complete now. Yes, Soul Sound is now complete. Therefore, I'm going to select task on Purple Madness. I'm going to set the export bus to export amaranth planks. And give that a whack. There we go. I have a whole bunch of extra soul sand in there, and I'm not sure that I even care. Here, the digger's backpack should be able to extract the soul sand from there. Yes, it did. Fantastic. If you set it to extract mode by holding shift and right clicking, and then you shift right click on an inventory, you'll grab everything out of it. Back. And now I'm putting things into the interface 8 stacks at a time. Awesome. Fantastic. All right. So, that's going to take just time to process. It's kind of neat. Let's hand in Soul Sound. Left-hand bag. 109 lives. And Epic Reward bag, which is probably going to go spilling all over if I open it right now. So, let me toss a couple of things into my Resurrecting Bag of Holding. Or Reincarnating Bag of Holding. I have too much stuff. Like, I need less stuff. That's okay. That'll do. Yay, a yellow heart canister. These rewards, the heart canisters, really would be a lot cooler if you couldn't just craft them. But that's okay. There we go. Alright. More questing to do. What is next on the agenda? I could start on even more storage. I believe I have the certus that I need for it now. I do. Okay. And let's see. I set myself to craft a whole bunch of extra processors, so I'd have like everything that I needed on hand for this. I don't remember exactly how much of each I need for the biggest storage cell. So I'm just going to start it crafting and see what comes out of it. Just kind of keep an eye on things. Why are you trying to craft oak saplings? Okay. Is it my dirt machine that's causing that to happen? No. Well, something in my system is attempting to craft oak saplings, and I don't know what it is. Oh, you know what it is? It's these fermenters. They are set to export oak saplings or fertilizer and craft if needed. And this guy is set to be active when there is when there is less than 100,000 biomass. Which, at the moment, there is. In fact, there always is, because I changed this over to biofuel. That would explain why I have quite so much biofuel, or ethanol, or whatever it is. Yeah, ethanol. Huh. Strangeness abounds. Anyway, I'm not going to be using the ethanol and such for anything, so the quick easy fix is to pull these level emitters off. If you need this system, when you download my world to finish that quest, you're going to need to set these things to active always. And now, it should no longer be trying to craft oak saplings. Alright. Let's see where we are for amaranth planks. Just working on it. Storage cells, on the other hand, are not. I think it may just be that there's too much stuff going on all at once, or it's going to finish the amaranth request before it starts in on the next. So I'm going to leave that alone, see if it gets anywhere on its own. What else do I have? Steel-powered flight. This used to be just steel. I'm not sure what the category was called. It was updated in 2.1.5 or 2.1.6 to steel-powered flight, and adds the leadstone jetpack as a quest goal, and the steam turbine and turbine housing as a quest goal. And I've been meaning to upgrade my big reactor to use steam for a while, because as you can see, with the addition of 32 chunk loaders, each of which wants 2 billion redstone flux to store up as just backup battery, my reactor is not able to keep up with that. Besides, I'm going to want an awful lot of laser drills by the time I'm done with this. Ooh, I hear a zombie. Speaking of which, yep, still not getting any nether iridium. And I'm over 1 million nether rat. Oh, hi zombie. You're out here. Where did you come from, little guy? You're adorable. Okay. So let's get working on that. Leadstone jetpack. First and foremost. Shouldn't be too tough. Just needs a flux capacitor, leather tunic, okay, which I can make out of cloth, which is made with some string. Interesting. But I've got plenty of leather, so I'll probably do that instead. Lead ingots, no problem. Leadstone thruster. Steam dynamos, item ducts. These are like the big issue. I don't have any of them. So there we go. Start with that. Do I have anything out of this? What do I need? Copper gears. No problem. Grab a couple copper gears. Grab 2 of these. Dump them in there. Steam dynamos need the... not capacitor. Coil? Yeah. But I don't have that that particular coil programmed in because I wasn't using it anymore by the time I started doing auto crafting, because I really haven't done much with dynamos at all this whole pack. Oh, I need more of those copper gears. Murph. There we are. A little bit of crafting. This is kind of boring. Sorry about that. Do I have everything yet? No, of course not. I don't have a servo, but I do have a servo in my inventory. There we go. Do I not have? All right, all of that for a leadstone thruster, which will make me let me make this guy, except I don't have the tunic. I thought I had the flux capacitor already. I do have the flux capacitor already. Okay. This thing's having some serious issues, isn't it? There, one leadstone jetpack. And this works exactly like the industrial craft jetpack, if you've ever used that. I can get a reward bag, 2 redstone thrusters, or 6 steam turbines. This is a crafting task. Blast. Else I would just take the steam turbine and submit it. And I'll grab the steam turbines anyway. They might be useful. There we go. 1 greater reward bag containing a not-so-great sound muffler. I will add it to the pile. Alright. Put the steam mufflers away for now. I might be making use of those a little bit later on. So, the leadstone jetpack. Let me get this charged up and show you what the jetpacks can do. And while that's charging, I'll go make myself the another steam turbine. Actually, I can just look up turbine. So, the turbine housing from big reactors, nether quartz, steel ingot, graphite, and cyanite. Which, have I taught this thing how to make graphite? No, I have not. I'm going to have to do all of that because I'm planning on using big reactors, but I'm not going to do all that on screen. Steam turbine uses another steam dynamo. Blast. Alright, a couple of copper gears. Machine frame, pistons, silver ingot, another transmission coil, or 2. Dynamo. Turbine. Needs 2 pistons. I'm just going to, whoops, not sticky. I'm going to have it keep a stack of pistons on hand. There we go. There. Very simple quest. 16 turbine glass. So let me look up the recipe for that, but if I remember right, turbine glass, each one uses a turbine housing and 2 hardened glass. That's actually kind of nice, just because it'll save me a lot of annoying crafting. So I'm going to take that. Probably better than a reward bag for me at this point in the game. I have a 3/4 heart and a 1/2 heart. Can I combine those two? Of course not. That'd be way too easy. Alright, where'd my jetpack go? So, you equip the jetpack in your chest piece. To toggle it, if you go into controls, there's a simply jetpacks area. F turns it on and off. C switches modes. If you hit F, jetpack's enabled, and you can fly. And if you look out, there's a really cool particle effect that goes along with it. If you hit C, you'll be in hover mode, and you will fall very slowly and rise very slowly. But it also uses a lot more power than being in normal mode. And if you turn it off at any point, you will fall at normal speeds. And you can no longer jump. I don't believe that leaving it on costs money. I mean, money. Heh. Power? Okay, so in hover mode, you're actually only using 13 RF per tick. And in regular mode, you're using 20. Also, if you have a resonant flux capacitor... I thought the jetpack would charge from it. Does not appear to, though. However, you should be able to put it on your hotbar and charge it up from your flux capacitor that way. So you'll need to stop to recharge. So this is a really good early flight option. It doesn't give you the speed that using creative flight with the bound armor does with the haste sigil. So I'm going to be sticking with the bound armor, even though it's not quite as pretty or cool looking. At least for now. I'm planning on making something that'll let me show off the really cool skin my partner made me another time. So I'm going to stuff this into the extra machines box. If you decide that you want to play around with the jetpack when the world download comes in a few episodes, it'll be hanging out in there. Alright. Did I already pick my reward? Yeah, this is all done. Steam-powered flight 100% complete, once again. Let's go check on those quests. The amaranth should be done crafting by now. Okay, this guy is crafting along. It's going to take quite a bit longer before it's ready to make that Terra storage cluster. But it's kind of fun to watch everything fly through the inventory. I already have 2 storage clusters made. Oh, actually, I already have a giga storage cluster made. This thing is fast. That's pretty cool. Alright. So I'll just leave that alone, see if it stops up on anything. What should I work on next? I don't think I have anything else open in the end yet. I need to finish the For the Hoarding quest before I can do that. Dirt is flowing in, but it's not really flowing in all that quickly, is it? I have 22 quadruple compressed and another 1800 dirt. That's really not enough to do much. And as neat as this system over here has been, I mean, it was fun to build and everything, and I'm going to start it running again. Now that I have massive amounts of LP generation going on. But it's just not doing it for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on getting the dirt from the nether in a more automated fashion. That sounds like a good plan to me. And to do that, well, let me get all of this fixed up and ready to go off camera. Get the dirt running over here, put up more arcane lamps here and one more in the basement. And once I have all that done, I'll be back and I'll show you what I plan to do for collecting the dirt from the nether. Okay, when I got my 9th arcane lamp made and came down here to plug it in, took a check of my farm, and I noticed that this guy is full up on sludge. I should really accept sludge. Fluid mode, send. Fantastic. So now all the sludge will drain out of there, and it can get working again. Now, the autonomous activator, well, actually I don't think the sludge was stopping it from working, it was just being slow detecting those berries. Now, this one autonomous activator can't quite keep up. In fact, this one harvester is barely keeping up. And I might actually end up putting in a second one. But to make things work a little better, I'm going to grab 2 more autonomous activators. Where are they? There they go. I said 2. Fantastic. And we're going to come over here. We're going to, grab up a whole bunch of berries, which will get deposited. I need to put one more item duct here, just long enough to get the activators into place, which are all going to be faced downward, and then... That was weird. Alright. So first things first, this pipe is going to be set to round robin mode. And these guys are going to be aimed down, and to make that happen, you just need the orange dot to be facing up, because by default, orange is out the back. And now I just need to play with it until I get the right side activated on all of them. Nope. That one? Yes. There we go. And now I just need to dump that, well, put that item duct back into place. And they will start getting their essence berries. Kind of odd that it round robined in that exact way. And I'm actually going to set this to 1 at a time, which will hopefully be able to keep up and should do a better job of round robining. You know what? Not 1 at a time. We'll do half a stack at a time. Perfect. Okay, well, maybe not perfect, but good enough. Which is like perfect, except, you know, different. Alright, that looks like it's all running smoothly again. Do a quick check on the mob essence. 7,000 buckets. Awesome. Very happy about that. Helps having the villager farm turned off. Though I kind of want to check... Yeah, I'm still over 9 million LP in my soul network. Awesome. Oh, that greater reward bag I got from the last quest I completed. 5 Ender Lily seeds. Not terrible. Not awesome. In fact, I think I have a handful of Ender Lily seeds. Like 77 of them. Plus 5 more in here. Ender Lily seeds are fun if you want a, you know, farmable source of Ender Pearls. My mob trap has me... I still have around 1,200 Ender Pearls. I'm not getting them at nearly the rate that I was when I was using the mob tower trap, but they're still flowing in fairly quickly from the grinders. Alright. So, let me go get the rest of the things together that I need to do my... Actually, hang on. There's a step of it that I can show you. I'm planning to use Thaumcraft, which you probably could have guessed, for my gathering of the dirts. And if I look at my Thaumonomicon, and I go to Artifice, down here is the Arcane Bore. I needed 8 Perfodio and 5 Instrumentum. Having the shift-click craft option is kind of neat. I need more Humanus. There we go. There we are. Arcane Bore, Mining Evolved. Now, this is an infusion crafting recipe using Greatwood, Gold, Earth, Air, Diamond Shovel, and Diamond Pickaxe, and a bunch of Essentia aspects that by now you know how to get your hands on. So I'm going to get all of this put together, including the Arcane Bore base, and when I come back, we'll get this set up and start gathering dirt at a pretty good clip. So I just got the base components that I was going to need. The Arcane Bore base, the Arcane Bore, and the Wand Focus of Excavation created. And I realized that if I really want to do this up and do it right, then I should use Thaumcraft's Infusion Enchanting system to enchant the Wand Focus of Excavation, as well as the pickaxe that I end up using for this, with the perfect set of enchants. To do that, however, I need Salus Mundus. You cannot do enchantment without it. Every single one of these infusion enchants uses it. To get that, I need either Ethereal Essence and a Shard, which I have a whole lot of Ethereal Essence, so that's a possibility, or I need Mana Beans and a Shard. And the Mana Beans, those are easily automated in a farm. So I'm going to set up a quick Mana Bean farm, just to show you how it can be done in case you don't get piles of Ethereal Essence from reward bags. And then I'm just going to end up using this to shortcut it. Let me get that together real quick. Back soon. There we have it, folks. One Mana Bean farm. I'm not sure that this is actually all that efficient. Like, I don't think these rituals of the Green Grove are actually affecting the Mana Beans, if only because I'm not seeing the particle effect on them. So I might come back through here and add more lamps of growth some other time to speed things along even further. The reason I'm only using them on the second level, though, is so that the golems can get underneath without any trouble. For example, my harvest golem here should detect that mana pod. There he goes, and he spots it, and he goes over and harvests it and puts a new one in its place. And my gather golem grabs the mana bean and tosses it into this interface, which is storing my mana beans up here in this AE subsystem. So if I take a look for mana beans, there's one waiting for me. Awesome. So I'm going to let that run, and I'm going to sidestep it with the Ethereal Essence that I have, but this will be a nice passive source of more and more mana beans, which will mean more and more Salus Mundus over time. Now, this has to be built in a magical forest biome, but my little tree laboratory over here was built bordering a magic forest biome, and that may have been slightly intentional. Alright, let's head back over to the Thaum room I'm going to have just enough time to show you one. Let's see. We'll use up the... Well, no. All of these are potentially... There. Tell him's not potentially useful for anything. Alright. And I'm going to grab water shards, because I have a bunch of extras. And I'm going to grab my wand, which is over here on the recharge focus. I still don't have air. I need to eventually go steal a node, but for that I need a better wand. It's a sometimes sort of thing. So I'm going to grab a Salus Mundus, and I'm going to show you how this Infusion Enchanting thing works. It functions basically the same way as a regular infusion recipe, except one of the ingredients is experience. Let me look up how to put potency on this focus. There we go. Repair potency requires Elementum and Salus Mundus. So I'm going to grab a couple of Elementum and a couple of Salus Mundus, actually, just to be safe, because you know the way that I like to do my infusion crafting. And as long as I'm at it, I should probably be wearing my robes that give me the V discount, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's a little better. There. Makes my life somewhat easier. So, clear out the stuff that I have stuffed in there from last time. When I was... You know what? I don't even remember what this recipe was for. I think the Axe of the Stream. A couple of water shards, some great wood, and some diamond. Sounds about right. Alright. So now all I need to do is I need to grab my wand focus of excavation, stuff it on the middle pillar, the middle pedestal, and as it shows in the Infusion Enchanting, for potency 1, it's going to cost 3 levels, 1 Elementum, 1 Salus Mundus, and 8 Potentia, 8 Praecantatio. Luckily, I'm producing endless amounts of both of those at this point. So, come over here and give that a whack. And it's draining the experience out of me, which is a somewhat painful process. Now it pulls in the Essentia. And then it does the Elementum and the Salus Mundus. And now, I have an enchanted wand focus with potency 1 on it. If I put it back, and I give this another whack, let me make sure I have everything I need. I do. It's going to drain 6 levels this time, and 16 of each. Just exactly double what it took the first time. And if I do potency 3, it'll be the same process. So I'm going to get that enchanted with potency 3, frugal 3, I believe. Potency 3, frugal 3. I'm not going to bother with treasure, because I'm using this to get dirt, so there's no point in wasting the gold, diamonds, and lucrum. Lucrum is not a super easy aspect to get your hands on. And then, that might actually be everything for the wand focus. But between episodes, I'm going to get this all enchanted up, and I'm going to make myself another pickaxe and get that all enchanted up and ready to go for this as well. And I'm going to gather all of the materials that I'm going to need to get a fully automated Arcane Bore setup, minus a couple of fun tricks that you're going to have to wait until tomorrow to see. So, that's going to be all the time that we have for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you're enjoying the series, leave a thumbs up and tell me what you like about it. If you're not enjoying things, leave a thumbs down and tell me what you don't like. And I will see you next time.